Hi, guys. Welcome by the new episode of the podcast No More Secrets. I am Christa, and I've been addicted for 35 years from the age of 13 to a lot of substance, fentanyl, oxycodone, cocaine, benzos, weeds, party drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, name it. And yeah, I'm now almost a year in recovery and I'm sharing my story here in the podcast, also on my social medias, and hope to inspire you and give you hope that recovery is possible. We do recover. I'm the living proof of it, and it's a bumpy ride. Recovery is not only hallelujah and only happy things and happy days. No, of course not. It's tough, and yeah, without numbing your feelings anymore. There's a lot of things coming up from your past, and yeah, the things you did, the people you hurt, the cheating, the lying, the manipulation. Yeah, everything kicks in some days. I had it this week. Monday, I drove to nature, and I don't know why, but in one moment, in one split second, yeah, I felt hurt. And I felt hurt for the people that I hurt, especially my children. And, you have to take responsibility for the things you have done when you're in recovery, because otherwise it doesn't have a point, then you're not surrendering yet. And I totally surrendered myself. I totally surrendered myself to God, to the universe. And yeah, I know I have to work myself, but I trust the process. And that's really strange, a strange feeling that I'm now able to feel feelings that I used to numb in the past. When I felt something, I was always when I drank or when I went out and I was awake for 3 days, I was always so dramatic. I was crying about things and yeah, but when the real feelings were kicking in, I numbed them. I took fentanyl or snort coke or whatever I had to take to numb it. So for 35 years, I always numbed my feelings. And yeah, the longer I am in recovery, the more I'm aware of my feelings. I know now what those feelings are. And yeah, I think it's very important to give some attention to not forget the pain of addiction, because addiction is hell. Maybe in the start it's nice. You go out in the weekends and then you think, okay, we're gonna take an ecstasy or we're gonna drink or whatever. And yeah, and it finally ends in doing it every day. And it totally controls your whole life and you're powerless against your addiction. And at one point, it's not a choice anymore. It takes over you. And, I got a comment on my social media, and I shared a vulnerable video about myself, about what I was feeling and the hurt I felt for my children. And I understand that it's a forgiving process. I did forgive myself, because otherwise, if you stay in the past, you have no life. You have to find a way to forgive yourself. And yeah, I shared it in previous episodes as well. I do a lot of practicing of self love, positive affirmations. I really changed my total mindset, but that doesn't take away that I'm not hurting sometimes. So, but I know now how to deal with it, and that's the big difference. I'm not numbing it anymore, and I hope you are not also not numbing it anymore, because if you feel it, you heal it, and that I think that's such a beautiful sentence. If you feel it, you heal it. It was for me a really eye opener, because it's true. It's really true. So last Monday I was really hurting, but not dramatic hurting, just hurting like the way it's normal. So yeah, I cried, I reflected, and I went through it and I processed it. And yeah, so in the evening, I felt so much better. I sleep well, I slept well. And yeah, the next day I was thinking, wow, this is so much progress. It's so much progress. And happiness equals progress. So, when you go through things, you have processed them and then you feel so much lighter. I feel so much lighter. Another kilo of weight is off of me from my emotional pain. And I wish that for you also. So please try when you feel, don't go do other things, maybe you don't take substance, but maybe you're gonna work extra hours. You're gonna go to the gym and go through your boundary. There are a lot of things to how do you say that, to go away from the feeling. No, go sit down and go in that feeling. Let it be. Let the feeling be and heal it. It's so healthy to do that. And I can say it because after 35 years in addiction, I was never aware from what my feelings were. Never. I was always running from my feelings, and now I embrace them. I embrace them, and I recognize them now. In the first months of my being clean and in recovery, I really didn't know what the feelings were that I felt. I didn't know. I really didn't, because I never teached myself that. I never developed um, um, the awareness and never learned it when I was a child. So I had to figure it out by myself. But because I was addicted from the age of 13, my whole development was standing still. So I'm growing now so fast in such a short time. Today I'm 11 months clean and sober. Clean and calm is also beautiful. I think I'm gonna tattoo that on my body, because I love that sentence, clean and calm, because that's exactly how I feel. I feel clean because I am, and I feel calm. And yeah, every day it's better and better. So guys, don't forget the pain of addiction. When you feel like you want to drink, you want to do whatever, you want to take a substance or something like that, try to remember how it was when you were still in your addiction, because it didn't brought you anywhere. It only goes worse and worse and worse. So that's maybe something when you feel like you have the urge that you want to use something, try to sit down, breathe, and think about the pain of addiction, because it's an easy thing to forget, but it's so present. And yeah, it really helps me. And I'm really happy now that I also go through them, because that's all growth. All growth only gonna get better and better. You don't have to see the whole staircase in once. No, take it step by step by step, just for today. That's so important, just for today. Don't look so much further and think, oh my gosh, I can do it. Yes, you can. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Because in only 11 months, I changed my whole life 180 degrees. The 19th of September this year, I'm starting a study. And a study? What? I didn't go to school for 30 years, something like that. Wow, I'm 49 now. So, yes, it's like 33 years I didn't go to school. Now I'm going back to school. I'm going back to school for 5 days a week. Wow. So it's not one evening. No, it's 5 days a week. So I'm so proud of that. I'm working. I'm sharing my story. I do this podcast. If you told me this a year ago, I would have laughed in your face and said, "Are you delusional?" or something like that. So, and yeah, I reflect also on a year ago, because a year ago, that was for me the moment that I really hit it rock bottom. And I made an agreement with myself that I would quit everything the 24th of Augustus 2023. And I did. So I'm almost a year clean and sober now. Um, yeah, but it was a really, sad, really sad time, especially sad, because my health was so fucked up. Um, I couldn't function anymore. I did my best for my children, so they didn't see it, so they didn't know that I was highly addicted, because I always kept it a secret for all those years, because I was so ashamed. I was so ashamed, and that was the shame kept me in my addiction, because I was too ashamed to go to my GP. I was too ashamed to ask for help from anybody. So that was a really dark time. And then a few weeks later, I decided to quit. So yeah, I quitted everything cold turkey. What is very dangerous if you're also addicted to opiates and benzos, because it can cause a lot of harm to your body. You can have a psychosis, you can have heart failure, shocks. Yeah, it's really bad. I didn't know that, so that's also the reason why I do my podcast, because I really want to make you aware of that. So if you are going to decide that you want to quit, don't do it by yourself. Do it with professional help, with professional guiding, because that's very important. I'm very grateful that I'm still here, that I did survive. But also I got reply on a video on my social media, and somebody said, "Yeah, but you're looking so healthy, and I can't see it on you that you were highly addicted." And that's the trap. That's why I decided to share my story, to bring it out in the open, because nobody knew that I was addicted. And maybe I looked healthy from the outside. Well, last year I didn't look healthy anymore, but all the prior years, or the years prior, I did. But inside I was dead. I was nothing but healthy inside, you know? So, and that is what I get so frustrated by, because people have such a big judgment about addiction, and they judge a book by its cover. They think people that are addicted are people that are laying under a bridge, are people that are homeless, that they're all addicted. There is such a big stigma on it. And I hope so much that I can be a tiny drop. I hope at the end, a big waterfall, but a tiny drop to get that fucking stigma off of addiction, because it's on number one of the most judgmental stigmas. Why? Why? We're just people. We're just people with, the most people that are addicted, they have so much trauma. They have so much pain. And if you don't have it, the 1% that don't have it, they're addicted because they also started, maybe like you, if you're listening now, on a Saturday or on a Friday. And then during the week, well, I've worked very hard. I can have a drink. I can have a line of Coke. And before you know it, it's taken over the power of you, the addiction. And then you're a bad person. Then you're not allowed to be an respected human in society because you're powerless to your addiction. No, people, that's not okay. That's not okay. And yeah. And so when I read that comment, I thought, yeah, that's exactly what everybody, what people around me would never expect it for me. So because now they know, now I'm a bad person because I was addicted. That's the strange thing. And so don't judge a book by its cover. Treat people with respect. Help them. If you see that somebody is struggling, ask them, can I help you? Can I do something for you? There's so much hatred and so much judgment in the world with each other. I really believe that the world needs more love and more good energy, and not only the hate. There's so much hate, and I really don't like that, and I really hope to um, give a piece of my energy and my love, and to let you know that you are not alone and that you don't have to be ashamed. The moment when I finally came off of my shame, I was already 6 months clean, 5, 6 months clean and sober. Even when I was already clean, I was still too ashamed to tell anybody around me. And because of this society, I did my things, I paid my bills, I don't have debts. I was a mom. Okay, that's what I was so sad about money, because I know I wasn't emotional available. I thought I was. I really thought I was. I really thought that I was emotional available for my children. But I even didn't know what was emotional available. I've learned that now in the 11 months that I'm clean and sober. I also did a transformational coaching program, the Superpower Mastermind, and that was very intense. I did it for 7 months, and it was all about healing your inner child, learning self love, to practice self love, um, to communicate, to get confidence, and that was very intensive, but that's really changed my life also, because I think if you only get clean and sober and you're not going in recovery, or you're not going to work on your personal development, it's going to be very tough. I really think you need recovery. I didn't think I need recovery because I was doing the coaching, but the moment when I started recovery, when I was 6 months clean and sober, the people on the rehab facility where I did my evening treatment, they couldn't believe that I was already 6 months clean and sober, because it was not the usual way to go. Normally you go in the start, but oh, I said, I'm sorry, but I did it cold turkey, and I realize now I need education, I need insights in myself, I need to learn to recognize relapsing, the starting points. And it helped me a lot. But the most important thing of the whole recovery is the connection you have with other people that are going through the same thing. There's nobody in the world that understands you more than another person that was also addicted and is also in recovery, or not per se in recovery, but was also addicted. And there went the world open for me. I have new friends now, and I only have to call and say one word, and they understand how I feel. And because when I got clean and sober, I also quit. I also cut the cord with everybody that I was friends with, and I was friends with them for many, 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 many years. But I knew I couldn't be around people anymore that were still using or drinking, and I really needed to go on my own. And that was very tough, of course, because we were always together, but there were always alcohol or drugs involved. Always, it was never sober, because I always lived a kind of way like things are not nice when I am sober. I never went to a bar. I always said no. I can't imagine I go to a festival sober and clean. That's insane, guys. But that's your addiction. And yeah, be aware of that. Make yourself more aware from for everything, more aware from yourself. Do meditations or go exercise. Learn to connect your mind, body, and soul. That was for me very important to do because I was always in my head. I was never in my body. So when I felt things, it was only here and it's not here. And yeah, that's now very, very different. So yeah, guys, so the kind of the conclusion of this episode is that I really want you to point at you that you never forget the pain of addiction, and when you're remembering it or you're reflecting, it's okay. It's okay to do that. And it's okay to feel the hurt. It's okay to let it out, you know, feel it and heal it. Look at me. I did it Monday. I cried almost all day. And I'm sitting here with a smile on my face because I really feel like that. I don't have to wear a mask anymore. This is 100% pure Christa, and that feels so fucking great. And I wish that for you too. I really wish that for you too. So, guys, if you want to share something with me, or if you would like to be my guest in my podcast to share your recovery story, I would really appreciate that. So send me an email then to krista.connect@gmail.com, or send me a DM to my TikTok or my Facebook or my Instagram. And yeah, then we can call each other and I can hear your story, and we can make other people, we can spread more love, and we can spread more the message that we do recover, that recovery is possible. It's possible. Look at me and look at many others that also are sharing, excuse me, are also sharing this story. So, yes, guys, if you like this episode, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. It's for free, doesn't cost you anything. And yeah, see you all next week. And don't ever forget to never give up on yourself, to keep going, ask for help if you need help, if you're down or you're feeling lonely, you're not alone, and you're worthy, you're enough, you're loved. I love you too, and I believe in you, and I see you all next week. Bye.